Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, Facebook, wherever you are around the globe. This is LVS17, and just to prove that, it's video streaming advice with David and Stephen. I'm just searching for the post, and I'm going to share it. Now, got to change this week because normally what we do, I'm just going to type in my now. So whilst you're taking your seats, just let me share this out. Normally what we do is we just go live, and I'm going to share this into LVS17, and I see that John is there as well. So I go live now. And I'm back, and hopefully I kept things going. And if you are watching, welcome to this broadcast, which is from BeLive.tv. And hello, Andre. I hope you're okay. Yes, I'm good. I'm good. I've been working on my Udemy course all day, so I'm quite well. I enjoy a break on live video because it was about live video was the course, or is the course. And if you are watching, then if you could share this broadcast, that would be most useful. Now, I said at the top of the show, this is LVS17 Video Streaming Advice with David and Stephen. Last time, yeah, let's come back to that in a moment. And I'm hoping that David will be joining me shortly. I'm not too sure on that though. But I know he's around somewhere. And Andre, yes, Roger did win the title. So that's I thought that was brilliant because he showed that at the age of 36-7, you can still be at peak of fitness and you can play at the top of your game and take on the rest of the world and win. And I think that's good news. Just hoping that next year, Andy will be back as well at Wimbledon, and we'll meet Roger in the final. We'll see what happens. Not too sure on that one. And thank you for the compliment, Andre. Always welcome. Now, because David's not here, I can tell you a little bit about something that... Oh, welcome to the show. I can see your comments. If you want to share the show, please do. If you are David Vaughan and you're watching, then you can join. In fact, I've forgotten to do something. Just let me do this. If you want to join me on the show, then I'm just editing the link now, and you can join me. This and just a second. And save. Now, what I noticed there, when I went hop into Facebook, and I've closed the page now, so I've only got 2 tabs open, which is what we recommend, is have this tab, which is the BeLive tab, and the Facebook tab open. Is not necessary. You just have this and Messenger, so that if somebody does message you whilst you're on air, you can actually look at it. Now, grateful that you're all joining, and this is by way of being an experiment. There's a discussion going on at the moment in BeLivers. I posted a question this morning: do you schedule your broadcasts or not? And the majority of people actually schedule the broadcasts. This broadcast you're watching now has not been scheduled. So what I'm looking at is the effect that not scheduling that not scheduling has. And question from Tim. A question from Tim. Basically, Tim is saying, have they perfected the mobile app? I think the latest versions on both the iPhone and Android work, and you should be able to join me if you want to pop in. Please do so. And Mark, it's good to see you. We're not we're just experimenting and seeing what's happening. I can see a gentleman's arrived in the lobby, and no, he hasn't. He's said he's not there, but I can see him. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you the one and only Mr. David Vaughan, who won't have any sound at the moment, but he will eventually. Hello, David.
My goodness, that was a introduction.
Well, I thought, it's the last show of the series, isn't it? We're doing series now. We're like a television show.
We're doing series? Okay, it's the last episode of the season.
It's the last episode of the season, so anything goes. It doesn't have to be, anything techie or anything. And we basically this time, as I mentioned earlier, I'm glad to see Marky here, and hello to Jacqueline too. I didn't schedule this. So I'm just watching what the reaction is to the number of people who actually tune in. Now, I've shared it out to LVS17. I shared it on my profile. And it seems to be going pretty well so far. Certainly better than last week's show. If you remember last week.
I do remember last week. I see you've practiced. And
yeah. Mark is saying he used the iPhone and BeLive app and it works great. So thank you for that, Marky. And Tim is coming back. If we are a TV show and this is the end of series, then will there be a cliffhanger? That's a good question. If you can think of a suitable cliffhanger, then just put it in the comments and we'll try our best for it. But we're taking a well-earned break during August, and we're back in September. Because unbelievably, this is about the 27th show. 28. I still don't know. We've done quite a number of shows together, you and I.
We have. But I don't know what number this is.
I stopped counting because I still keep track of the viewing numbers, and there hasn't been. Show of the season has to go to Marky. Not that we haven't done some brilliant shows, but when Marky joined us and we talked about everything and anything, that was a great show. And there have been some good ones, and we've had some good questions, some great interaction from everybody. So thank you to everybody who's been involved in this. And today is the 31st of July, and it's the 31st day of 31 Days Live for me, and for several of the people as well. This is 31 broadcasts in 31 days, and it's been a blast. I've learned a lot of things. I've mastered live stream and going live to YouTube, so much so that I'm creating a Udemy course about it. So there you are. That's what first good thing. Second good thing is we tried out Facebook audio. Have you been back since? Because you switched to Anchor, haven't you, or not?
No, I haven't played more with it. The last two times I tried, the app kept crashing on my phone, so I just kind of gave up on it for now. I don't know why it was crashing on the phone. But, see, it works for some people. It's probably just me.
We're video people, so audio. But, audio is important, certainly in terms of podcasts, because, you can listen to a podcast anywhere. Whilst driving, whilst walking, whilst in the gym. Not while swimming, though. That would be a bad idea. But most places you can actually listen to a podcast, whereas you've got to have everything that's needed to watch video. Yeah. And
a lot less bandwidth.
Yep. True.
Supposedly.
A lot less storage as well.
Yeah.
But there isn't an equivalent of YouTube, is there? Store everything for free.
No, there's not. There's not. And I did make a interesting discovery, I guess last week, because I had updated the eCam for Facebook Live, which is a Mac OS app allowing me to go live to Facebook, which now allows me to record on my computer in HD. That Facebook no longer allows me to download even have an option to be able to download in HD. When I try to download the HD, I get a nice little message saying the HD version is not available.
Oh, ouch.
So apparently enough people complained. Saying that the versions were in HD, that Facebook just said, yeah, you're right, and we're not going to give you HD. So,
do you think they could do HD as a premium service? If they ever get around to premium services.
Yeah, well, and it seems to broadcast in HD.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can say that I see a difference in quality when I notice that someone's broadcasting with something that's not native to Facebook and it's able to broadcast in HD. I can see a slight difference in quality. So, anyway, it's what it is.
It is definitely what it is, and we still haven't got right, okay. And we welcome our first guest of the day. So it's welcome to Tim Judge, who is on mobile. Hello, Tim.
Tim Judge.
How we doing? Can you see and hear me?
Yes, it looks like it's snowing where you're at, and you're wearing a parka.
I'm sitting in front of my tomato plants, but I can't see you guys anywhere on the app, and the picture looks frozen.
And now he froze.
Right, yeah. If you can still see us, Tim, if you refresh and come back, we'll allow you straight back in. No problem at all.
But if you do it a third time, it's going to cost you.
Well, I mean, this is a problem, isn't it? When you're out there, you're on 3G, 4G, then the signal is going to come and go. So
or if you're far enough away from your own Wi-Fi router.
Indeed. And just say an official hello to April. Thank you for joining us, April. Good afternoon, April. See, we're in different parts of the world. Right, now.
We all know it's been discussed. The only time zone that there really is East Coast time zone. So.
Well, I reference everything off ET, so I'm happy with that. I mean, actually, when I'm actually putting the times down for a show, I put ET first and then British summertime afterwards.
Yeah, so you're doing too much work, too much effort. You should just leave it at ET. Let everybody else figure it out.
All right,
they should be operating on ET anyway.
I'll give you that. Based on the 80-20 rule, 80% of the viewers of live video are in the States.
Yes,
and that's the truth. That's the way it is.
You can look at your stats on your videos and find out.
There are people from Tennessee, North Carolina, Texas, all over the States, and then somewhere further down it says London, and then Manchester. But we've still not got the situation in the UK yet where we've got a great take-up on live video. Certainly the States, Germany are doing it, but not to a great degree. So hopefully, second half this year, when people are back from the holidays, they'll all discover live video and will become truly international. So that's that. But the other thing I want to talk about, just something I did yesterday, which you've talked about in the past.
What did you did yesterday?
I did a hybrid video. I did a hybrid live video.
Hybrid live video.
Exactly so. Part live, part recorded. And I did it going out to Facebook, just me on screen. Then I played the video, and then I did the outro at the end.
Oh, okay.
And it worked.
Good.
It worked very well. I mean, basically the principle is you upload the video to the service in question, which was Lightstream. You can then bring it on screen, and it just plays from the start. That's it, with sound, no problem at all. And I was quite impressed by it because it works out. Because one of the worst things to do is to try and do a live demonstration of something. Because well, it surely is. I mean,
I agree.
It is doing a live demonstration of anything serious where you want to get your point across and you want to do it without the ums and ers and the having to think about it, is to actually pre-record it. So I did a piece on transcribing live videos into English, written English, using Google Docs and Manycam. So I pre-recorded that 4.5-minute section, and that's the bit I played during the live yesterday.
Okay.
Of course, that, as I say, it worked very well. So it was a short instructional video, and it was top-tailed by me live. And if you're interested, I'm going to post the link for the transcription. If I can copy that URL, then all will be good. That's it. So I'm going to copy the link to the URL. I'm just checking that the comments are still working as well, because people have gone quiet. Or I might have been missing a host of comments like I did last week.
I don't think so.
No. Okay, good.
The last comment I see, I think, is April.
All right. Okay. If you're watching, we can see your comments. And I've just posted the link to the video, which tells you all about how to take a live video from anywhere and run it through Google Docs with a bit of help from Manycam and get a transcription. Transcription is editable, which is probably good. But it does save actually sitting through a whole video wondering what you actually said. You can actually go through the transcript and take out the key points, which was the original question and the reason why I actually did it.
I will have to check out that video myself.
Well, thank you, sir. Yeah, I enjoyed doing it. And I enjoyed going out to YouTube as well. It's different out there. It's not as wild as Facebook.
No.
Or as raw. Because it's HD. Yeah, it's HD.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I'm using it, so far so good, to actually create the HD videos for the Udemy course. Go figure. Okay. Why do anything more? I mean, obviously, you might get the occasional glitch in transmission, which you've got to allow for, and you then go back and edit the video. But in terms of quickly getting video out, I can't think of a quicker way, because I did 6 lectures this morning, no problem at all. So,
there you go.
Right, what's going on in the video world at the moment? I think, are we in a period of calm?
I think we're in a period of calm.
Calm, yes.
I think there's nothing substantial going on that I've heard. I think last week's biggest news was a lot of people talking about Bitcoin for some reason. And I say for some reason because I didn't pay attention to it.
I didn't pay attention either. Did that start with Joel?
I don't know. I know Joel Kahn did something.
Yeah.
And I think other people did stuff as well.
Yeah.
I saw some stuff pop up in my news feed and stuff, people advertising, I guess, how to make money with Bitcoin. I don't know.
Well, it's like buying and selling shares. You buy the coins on a day when the price is low and sell them when it's high. It's like a bear bull market for currency.
Yeah.
It's hedge betting, really.
It is.
And the only thing is that you can't, although you can do some things with it, you can't do everything yet, can you? By any stretch of the imagination. It's not a currency you could go down the high street and say, right, and go into individual shops, keep your card in your pocket and just get the Bitcoins out and say, right, okay, I'll take that, please.
Not here. I think it's more popular elsewhere that you may be able to do that. But not here. Not that I know of.
No, I
heard a story at one time of somebody buying a house, I guess in California, and they ended up making around $4 million profit because the person paid in Bitcoin.
Right.
And so when they sent the Bitcoin, it covered what the asking price was, but when the person I guess, extracted it or converted it over to US dollars or whatever, and like went up in value. So that's the only thing I know of. So if you want to go buy a house, or if you want to sell a house, sell it using Bitcoin, or don't. I don't know.
No, I don't. It's. I mean, in the UK, our banks are getting involved in it, and international banks are getting involved. I think that it is obviously it has potential because the currency is not governed by any country, so it's
Right.
totally across borders. It is secure, but it is volatile, and I think it's the volatility that's the problem. Hello to Neil, who's just posted in LVS17. I don't know whether you're watching the video, Neil. If you want to pop in and have a chat, this is the end of the series. We're looking for a cliffhanger, and we hope to get a cliffhanger. And if anybody's got any ideas how we can end the series on a note that says, come back to season 2 in September, then if you've got any ideas, then please let us know, and we'll put those in place. Other than that, we'll just be signing off and hopefully enjoying the summer. Speaking of which, we've just been told that in August it's going to rain. And that's just every day, really.
Oh, well, that's England, right?
It is England, and it's typical English. Hello, Jen. If anybody wants to join us on camera, you'll find the link either up above or below in the post. You're welcome to come on camera. This is the end of Series 2. We're in a mood which says it's nearly the holidays, and we're talking about. Sorry,
where was Series 1?
Sorry, Series 2 is coming up.
Series 2 is coming up. I was going to say, did I miss the whole series?
Okay.
You've done a lot more than I thought.
This is not Dallas. No, you didn't miss the whole series. Mind you, Dallas is going back a few years, isn't it? Yeah, and you boys are always in a mood. Is that
well, it's what happens when you're without a box. So
you need a box to open to sort of. You need a prop.
We need Mia's box. No, it's Mia's box. You have to have Mia's box.
Okay, we did
a live video on Friday, I think, or Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. She was watching a game of short people, and they were playing in the rain. There was like lots of little people.
Oh,
you were watching that. No, Nazim was watching that.
Nazim was watching it.
It's Little League. And I said, well, and that's appropriately named because it had little people.
Indeed. Now we're watching the cricket at the moment in the UK, which is about sports people, and we're going to win.
Oh, cricket!
We're going to win that. And Mia is saying, yes, that was exciting. Kids playing softball. Where is the booze? That's quite a tag.
Well, we could always talk about reasons that you shouldn't do live video.
Okay. Right. Reason number 1, nobody will ever know who you are. Is that right way around?
Is that right?
No.
But reasons that you... reasons not to do a live video. Like things not to do. So,
it's not,
okay. You're doing something illegal that could come back and bite you in the ass. Like the California teen who Instagram lived driving drunk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Literally. You know, this is not a wind-up. I know totally sure, but they did drive drunk.
So the article goes, California police have arrested an 18-year-old woman on suspicion of causing a deadly crash that killed her 14-year-old sister after the teen broadcast the accident live on Instagram.
Right, well, that's definitely something not to do on live video.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can't escape live video. I mean, you don't know nowadays. I mean, in our town, which is population 23,000, as soon as you start walking into the town centre, you're on camera. There's
Right.
closed circuit television throughout the town centre. There is no crime in the town centre because everything gets videoed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So whatever
I'm
you do.
surprised there's a lot of crime in your country at all, because you've got CCTVs every freaking where.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can't escape them. I mean, this is when something does happen. Let's just take a story of well, what they can do if they find a person of interest. Let's just leave it at that. They can, using facial recognition, they can track that person back home to their house and see everything they've done between leaving the house and arriving wherever they went, and it's all on camera. All on camera. Your life on camera, and it's in the names of surveillance and protecting everybody, which it does. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I mean, we don't have any crime in the town centre. We have crime elsewhere, but we don't have any crime in the town centre. So surveillance in that respect actually works because it's driving people out of town.
Okay.
So yeah, don't get caught on camera.
Well, essentially, so, you guys have been doing live video for a long time.
We have, but not on the internet. This is streamed to a control room in each town, and there are people sat there 24/7. It's organised by the police with civilian help, and it monitors all activities throughout the area. And it works. And comment from me, a very minority report. It is. But we've got used to it. You don't see the cameras. Unless you go camera spotting, I suppose that's a hobby people could take up. But the cameras are very discreet along the high street and the side streets. And, I actually know somebody who works in the control centre. So we do get some of the stories of what's happening. And the unfortunates who tried to commit a crime and sort of started to commit the crime and then turned around to find that the police were there. And he was wondering how they found him. So it's that sort of thing. But we can't predict crime yet. You could probably predict who's going to do it, but you can't predict where.
That would be all Minority Report right there, and Tom Cruise.
Well, there are a lot of people in the UK would appreciate Tom Cruise coming over, better than somebody else coming over for a presidential visit. But we're not going to go there. I'll tell you, our Prime Minister, Mrs May, is currently on holiday. And therefore, the government is being run by other ministers in the government. And they're split down the middle over a certain idea. And even on holiday, she can't rest because she's had to step in today and say, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. And then she went back on holiday again. So who'd be a politician? Eh? But at least they do get a decent holiday in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our president gets a holiday whenever he wants. All he has to do is go to Camp David.
I'm speaking from a remote distance, but he goes and plays golf, doesn't he?
Oh, no, not there. I don't think
All
so.
right.
No, golf would be like someplace warm, like when it was Obama. We paid for the plane to fly to Hawaii.
Right. Okay.
So that's where he's from.
Yes.
I mean, if you're going to be a president and you're going to pick a state to be from, yeah, make it paradise.
Indeed. Why not?
I would go home as often as I possibly could.
You and me both. Right. Okay. So we're in end of season mode. If you have any topics that you'd like to throw at us, please do. If you want to join us on camera, just press the link. It's the end of series 1, just to correct what I said earlier. And we're taking August off. I'm going to Germany for 2 weeks, which I always look forward to. Oh yeah. We're going over to spend 2 weeks in North Germany. It's about 100 miles away from the Dutch border. and we go there quite often. It's Angelica's hometown, and it's 2 weeks of hopefully being Germany, sunshine, yeah, and sauerkraut and all the delicacies that you can find in Germany, and of course German beer, which if I didn't live in England, I would have to say is quite probably the best beer in the world, apart from the craft beers that you have, David.
I agree. Of course, you don't, beer takes on such a different nature. Once you get out of the United States, the alcohol content goes up.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Back to the level.
Yeah, I mean, the place I love to go is Belgium, which is sort of next to France. It's the bit next to France where Brussels is. And basically what happened there in the 17th and 18th centuries, we're going back even before my time now, the farmers
but
used
not
to...
by much.
Thank you. I gave you that. Used to pay their farm workers by providing lunch. And a traditional thing that they had to drink at lunch, because of the state of the water, was beer. So farm workers were supplied beer at lunchtime. This is going back a bit. It wouldn't pass health and safety now, beer at lunchtime. But in those days, it was quite accepted because it was far safer than drinking the water. And these farms continue to brew beer to this day.
Really?
So you've got hundreds of farms who produce beer on a daily basis, but obviously there aren't as many people working on the farms these days because it's industrialized. So they now sell the beer, and they sell the beer to pubs and restaurants. And I was in Mechelen, which is just north of Brussels, and we went in a bar there, and 2 walls were covered with a very wide range of bottled beers. In fact, you could stay there a year and not taste the same beer twice if you had a beer every day. So that's an experience. And that was all through networking. That was people meeting up. I can see you shaking your head, David. I sense... Right, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so David's... No, you're okay. You're okay.
I'm back.
If anybody wants to join us, then please just click the link, which is down below or up above. So that's beers. Yeah. Do you have any craft beer breweries near you?
Yeah, there are quite a few. In fact, North Carolina became a hotspot for microbrews is I guess what they really call them, or craft brews. I mean, craft brews and microbrews, I believe, are the same thing. A friend of mine did a documentary on the beer economy, I guess, of North Carolina. I haven't gotten to see it yet, but I heard it was really interesting. And one of the things she did, of course, was go around to lots of different breweries and sample lots of beer. Good job. But we've had microbrews or craft breweries here for over 30 years. So that I know of. Probably longer than that.
Yeah,
it's the whole homebrew thing that started up around here. North Carolina is interesting because there's a lot of, in the States, there are some wine clubs and beer clubs, craft beer clubs and stuff where you can subscribe and you pay a fee, I don't know, annually or whatever, because we really can't join because you can't have it shipped to you if you live in North Carolina. It's illegal.
Oh.
So people came up with homebrews, and they like to do that. So they'll spend all this time, spending $50, $60, and it's all to craft a $6 pack of beer at home. But it's home. But anyway.
It is. Yeah, I mean we got the big breweries, but their hold is lessening because growth of craft beers. I mean we're lucky. We've got 2 breweries within 10 miles of here, and they produce some beautiful ales which they sell throughout the UK and export as well. It's very big business. As is, of course, Scotch, which is very Scottish. But that's spirits is a whole different.
Really?
It's true.
Scotch is Scottish? I thought it was Russian.
Unless you live in Japan.
Unless you what?
Live in Japan.
Unless you live in Japan, yeah, then it's sake.
No,
whatever else they do over in Japan.
You check out Japanese whiskey, you'll find that there are distilleries in Japan with a darn good reputation, but obviously it's not the real thing. Yeah. So we've done beer, we've done whiskey, which is what you need when you've got an end of season 1 party. Again, if anybody wants to join us,
I'm probably going to get my scotch now.
That's not a bad idea.
And a tequila.
If you want to join us on camera, then please do. We are broadcasting from Be Live TV, and there comes the advertisement. Be Live TV is where we are, and it is quite probably, going with the theme of quite probably the best of, this is quite probably the best broadcasting system going live to Facebook, and it is less expensive than its competitors, and it does everything you need. We can show photographs like that one, which we haven't mentioned yet. We're doing well. And we can share screens as well, but I'm not going to share screens at the moment. Or should I? Right, okay.
Mia's going to Canada for 2 weeks to tour the Maritimes.
Brilliant. I'd love to do that.
And see, she didn't ask here, she's given it away. So for people that didn't know where the Maritimes were,
okay,
they're in Canada.
Indeed.
She asked that the other day. Her live video, she's like, does everybody know where the Maritimes are? I'm not giving it away.
All right. I'd like to say hello to Antonio. Thanks for joining us. So this is BeLive.tv. And myself and David, and we've been on quite a journey since we started this, because we started off, were we on Fire Talk?
No, we started off with Be Live. Smile Time.
Right.
Started off Smile Time.
We started off with Smile Time, that's it.
We did.
So we started on Smile Time.
Started off, we were doing it in Smile Time. Haven't really been back to Smile Time much since.
That's true.
Started using Be Live because it was a little bit more stable.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? What you want is stability, and Be Live has got that. They've concentrated on that and got that right. And then added the features afterwards, which is a great way to do it. And we're joined by Neil, who's with us on the New Brunswick. He's saying it's New Brunswick way? Oh, thank you. And the reply...
Nova Scotia, Prince Edward. I think all that area up there is considered the Maritimes. That whole area. Right. So yes, New Brunswick.
There we are. With geography, I'm learning here, which is good. And I'm not learning about computing.
It's like northeastern, if I'm not mistaken. It's like all the northeastern tip of like where Canada, where it's cold.
Right. Okay. What, you mean cold all year round?
I think so.
Oh,
it's
right.
Colder than North Carolina, I'm pretty sure. So that would be cold all year round. I'd probably be happy there, but if you like a warm climate, then.
I prefer a climate which is dry when it rains occasionally, not a climate where it rains and it's dry occasionally. That's what I would prefer.
Gotcha.
I've been fortunate to have been, but the most fantastic place I've ever been is Fiji. Now, I couldn't live there because the infrastructure just isn't there to keep you going 52 weeks, but to spend 2 weeks in Fiji is probably brilliant. On the other side of the world,
what kind of infrastructure is not there that you could not live in Fiji year-round?
Well, you'd have to live in a hotel all year round. Because the island is definitely in two parts. You've got the 21st century part, and then you've got the part that hasn't changed for quite a while.
Hasn't changed yet, yeah.
You've got a contrast between the poverty and the rich, and it's just so stark. I mean, it hits you because when you are leaving, you go through town. The the capital. And the capital it's like something out of a Wild West movie, because where you've got the saloon and you walk down the street and you've got the sidewalk, that sort of thing. And then you get to the airport and you do passport and you go through duty free. And as soon as you go through duty free, you're back in the 21st century where money buys everything. Yeah. So you've gone from one extreme to another. So yeah, Fiji is my favorite place, followed by Singapore, which has to be one of the most civilized countries, because it's warm all year round. It's definitely high tech, and the shopping, well, even I like shopping there. So that says something, really. Yeah. But it is, they live, I mean, you talked about not envisaging crime in the UK. There is no crime in Singapore.
Yeah, well, that's because their prisons suck, and you pretty much go to prison for everything, so it's either walk a straight line or you're in prison.
That's fair. The other thing is that people are encouraged to report infractions. Yeah. So if you were to be chewing gum and that gum went onto the sidewalk and you did not pick it up, you would get reported and fined by somebody. So that's how they, I mean, it's not a totalitarian state, but it is a very organized state. Sorry?
It's a bunch of tattletales.
It is, yeah. Yeah. But
it's just telling each other.
It's a beautiful place. Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay. Now, as you probably tell by now, Dave and I do this show without a script, and we're normally talking totally techy, and we're telling you how to do video, but don't you think everybody's learnt enough by now, David?
No. Because if they had learned enough, they'd certainly be doing more.
That's the key thing. If we have one takeaway that we'd like to leave you with, that's go live as soon as you can. And just go live. I think what we've proved today, because I was most interested in this, is that this show, just to talk techie just for a moment, this show was not scheduled. We simply went live, and then we both shared out the show. And we're getting, thank you for everybody who's watching, we've got a far better response on this show than we do when we schedule. Now, this is not conclusive. This is but day one of a 5-day test, because I won't be scheduling any shows this week. We're just going to see what happens. And we're being joined by Mia. And listen.
Well, one of the things that has to do with is, it's the box.
Hello, Mia. Nice to meet you.
We can't hear you. Not at all.
No.
We don't really need to hear you. We can just see your happy, smiley face. Because all you're going to do is sit there and say, oh, I'm going on a trip.
Yeah, and we can talk about the wonders of Canada. And
getting back to what you were talking about before the box comes back. A few months ago, it was somewhat discovered that using third-party non-Facebook native stuff to schedule, whether it be schedule a post or to schedule a live or something of that nature, your organic dropped a lot.
Yeah.
And so, it's not surprising that it's still going that way. So any of those times that you're using something third party to do something in Facebook, whether it's posts, schedule posts, or stuff of that nature, your organic reach dropped tremendously. She's back, and she still can't talk. Take a hit of CBD. Come on back.
Oh dear. Right, Mia, we can see
legal in her state, so she can do that. It's
all right. Okay, we can see.
The whole reason she went to Denver.
We
certainly wasn't for any other reason. Charlie or anything like that. Wouldn't be for that. Here, I'll just interpret what she's saying. I'm going on a trip. I get to drive cars. I drink wine. CBD's the best. That's it. Subscribe to my blog, Mia Voss on the Go.
Right. Yep.
One more time.
Okay. Just staying with the automation thing. I was using Lively for about 2 months, which effectively does all the sharing automatically.
Yep.
And after 2 months, I suddenly realized that the numbers were back to where they were. And I think there is, first of all, as you say, the organic reach, Facebook doesn't like anything automatic. And it soon finds out and it restricts you. It restricts your audience. We have no say in what Facebook will show people.
Mm-mm.
Unless...
And try and find somebody at Facebook to complain to. That's impossible.
It is. And we're going to be talking about that. So this afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, I've got to get it right. This afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, on the Be Live Weekly Show, which also happens to be going out at 8 p.m. BST for those watching in the UK, is the Be Live Weekly Show with Jeff Adams and myself, and we'll be talking about
Jeff Adams' love life.
No, we won't. No, I'm just hoping. Well, he will be in a good mood. That we do know.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be in a good mood. He's been in a good mood for quite a few days.
Indeed. And good on him.
And good on him.
Exactly. I used exactly the same phrase. We both think alike, because that's the key to happiness is having someone. Anyway, we'll not get all mushy on this. We're talking techie. We're hoping that Mia Voss will be back shortly when she's sorted out her tech side. And if anyone else wants to join us on camera, you'll find a link up above or down below. We are broadcasting from BeLive.tv and shall be doing so when we return in September. If you've got any questions about anything, go on, we've got 15 minutes left. If you've got any questions you want to ask David or I about anything at all, ask them or see if we can answer. And what we are looking for, because of the suggestion from Tim, is that we have a cliffhanger. So we'll just have to leave you sort of on edge about that one until we actually get to the end of the show. See what I did there?
I did, because it's not a cliffhanger if you do it before the end.
Well, no, I totally agree. For those who missed it earlier, I did do a video yesterday on video transcription. You'll find the link in the comments that have been made today. And basically, you can take any recorded video and using Google Docs and Manycam or similar, you can play back the video, and Google Docs voice typing will transcribe it for you before your very eyes. And it's totally free. It's the legitimate use of all the systems involved. You can get Manycam for free, Google Docs for free, and voice typing is part of Google Docs. So try it out, see what you think. And if you have to annotate and make notes on any of your live videos, then that's the way to do it. Because when you go on for an hour like David and I do, we talk about everything under the sun, trying to get a précis of what we've said is sometimes difficult. And this saves listening to the whole broadcast again. And I do check it for quality because that is important. Check it back. Right, so in the back end of this year, from September onwards, I'm going to be YouTubing. I haven't got the software to do it, so that's my big plan on our return.
YouTubing.
Become a YouTuber.
In fact, maybe this show will no longer be on Facebook. Maybe it'll be on YouTube.
It could be a hybrid show. It could be part on Facebook and part on YouTube. It could just be on YouTube.
It could be. You could broadcast to Facebook and I could broadcast to YouTube. And then we could switch it up.
And then we did 30 minutes each. And right, okay. What we need is a third person. No,
then we
know
go to live to Meerkat.
Right. Okay. To what cat?
Meerkat. The non-existent meerkat.
Periscope's still here, but not for how much longer, everybody says. Did you hear the Twitter figures the other day? No, have you already spoken about them?
I did hear about the Twitter figures, that they were low, high. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, the strange thing is that there was no increase in users at all. Zero growth in users. But the profits are up. So they're making more money from the same people, which has got to be good. Oh, the other thing that happened on Twitter this week is that they're going to start offering a service to Twitter users for $99 a month.
Paid subscription. Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah. Now, the comment that I heard was it separates into them and us. But I think you've got to do a comparison here. If you are a corporate, even a SME or similar, and you have a social media manager managing your accounts, they're going to be costing you a few $100s a month at least. My suggestion would be that if this Twitter offering fits into that area, then it could be a winner. Being honest, it's not aimed at you or I. It's not aimed at single users. It's aimed at corporate users. And they're making better use of Twitter, where they've got social media managers doing their accounts at the moment. And we've got a meerkat. Yeah, what cat? Exactly. That's what I said. So I think there's a market for it, but I don't think the market is anybody in our circle. We'll have to wait and see, though. But I wish Twitter will, because
Facebook, I think, tried the exact same thing, where, for those of you that don't know, it's not available to everybody yet. But for $99 a month, you basically get the promotion. You get all your tweets amplified and your profile for 30 days. And Facebook tried something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It was a lot cheaper. I think it was like $39, $35, $30.
Yeah.
I don't think Facebook continued it. I think Facebook probably discontinued it because they saw a drop in revenue.
Yeah, because the thing that's running everything at the moment is advertising spend, isn't it? Yep. Subscription services, unless they're very well structured and they offer value for money. I mean, what you actually need, it's like when you try anything, is that you need people to recommend the service, don't you?
Yes.
You need to know that the service works. If the service works, then you're more likely to take part with your money and take part. So I wish Twitter every success, because Twitter is the best news agency on the planet, because as soon as something happens anywhere in the world, someone on Twitter will tell you about it, whether you want to know or not.
That's right.
And in terms of covering,
and it'll be very wrong and extremely raw, and by the time the actual true story gets around to you, everybody else has blown up the wrong stories. So, but that's social media, period.
It so is. It so is. I mean, you can see a headline and you blink and you think twice and you think, can that be right? But what does your gut tell you about that headline? And occasionally you're going to get it wrong. Yeah. And we can't but help that. But obviously you check it out. The familiar ones, like the ones that we know would find their way onto Snopes, we can stop spreading. But when news comes in, breaking news comes in, like any good news agency, you should wait for 2 or 3 sources to verify it before you go telling everybody else. Unless it's that England have just won the Test match, in which case you can tell me now. I've been waiting all afternoon.
So talking about the ads, because there was an article a couple of days ago. Actually, I think there were several articles. Because Facebook announced it made $9.3 billion this past quarter. And that was a 45% increase compared with last year.
Wow.
And Alphabet, which is Google's parent company,
Yeah.
posted earnings of $26 billion in the same time period. And that was a 21% jump from a year ago. Now, Google ads have been out a lot longer than Facebook ads. And Google's got a lot more platforms to do it. But I can definitely tell you there has been a huge increase in Facebook ads invading areas that I really wish they wouldn't have started invading, like all stupid videos and stuff that you watch on your mobile device. It's getting kind of annoying. And the vast majority, but they did say, not all of the revenue came from advertising, but it was about 87% for Google and 98% for Facebook, because, Facebook's not going to make any money anywhere else. And then they were comparing that against Twitter, that had just one of its worst quarters with zero growth.
Yeah.
Monthly users on the service, plus a decline of 2 million in its most prized demographic for advertisers. And Snap has seen its stock descend. But Snap's stock should have descended. Snap's stock was too high anyway. So, if you're not doing ads for your business, these platforms are really cheap to do it on if you know what you're doing. And I think one of the big problems with a lot of people is that they don't know how to do it. Now, you can even do, you can take your live videos and change them over to use as ads and Facebook Live ads, or Facebook ads, and ads that show up on Google and YouTube and stuff of that nature. So there's lots of areas that people could do stuff, and especially with live video. And then kind of like Steven did with a bunch of his videos, he does them live and then he takes it and edits it and puts it up someplace else and makes a whopping penny off of every view.
I do.
A whole penny.
1 cent is a cent. A penny is a penny. All
It
counts.
is.
All adds up.
It is.
Multiple sources with multiple pennies.
You get 1,000 pennies, you get 1,000 pennies.
Indeed. Just catching up with the conversation, John is saying, and take 3 for Mia. Mia's on the way. John is saying the Twitter subscription is just a test that requires interested accounts to apply. Thank you, John. And Neil is saying the Metropolitan Cops and staff from Moncton, New Brunswick, and Halifax in Nova Scotia. Well, he's Met, right? Sorry for I misread the first word. Met.
Did that work?
Oh, my
works.
goodness.
Hello, Mia.
Hello.
Picture's better.
Yeah, the sound.
Yeah. I'm trying this out from my new space.
That's a nice looking space you got there, Mia. That's a great looking box.
I'm in a giant concrete box.
A giant concrete box. So
Listen, this place.
Is this the new Mia on the Go HQ?
This is the new Canna Luxury Tours HQ. Also known as Mia on the Go HQ.
It was known as Mia on the Go first. The other stuff came after.
So we just decided to move into this space. It's so kooky. Got the lizard here. I got a turtle, fish, a really, really old beagle. Can you see her?
Yep.
See that? That's my 7-year-old beagle.
My mom has a 15-year-old beagle.
Seriously, she's like Mr. Jingles on the Green Mile. Remember that mouse?
Yeah.
Like pushing the little thimble. Your CBD oil. I need to stop. Like, my ex-husband and I have been splitting custody of her for 10 years.
Aww.
Yeah, she goes to Poppy's every 2 weeks. So, yeah. So Steven's going on a cool trip, but I'm going to Canada. So yay! Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's. I would love to visit Canada. I would love to. It's on my list of places to visit.
Guess who I'm going to go hang out with when I'm there?
Canadians.
Well, one that you know specifically.
How many Canadians do we know, David?
You do?
I think we do.
I think you do. In Halifax?
We do.
Carrying counts. Clue. Carrying counts.
Who?
Caring Counts. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Adam Purcell.
Adam Purcell.
We have a Canadian in our team as well, in RB Live.
So if I get into trouble in New Brunswick, apparently I've got a connection.
There you go. And trouble will be had. All you have to do is watch any of her previous adventures.
I am going on the TV show in Halifax, apparently. They're going to put me on TV.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. The local morning show. Adam got me on that, so let's hope I don't swear.
Can you have call-ins? I'll call in.
There's an F-bomb, and then it's like, boo, you know, the guy with the wires going like this. Sorry, technical problems.
The entire East Coast of the United States will get blacked out.
Right, I know. They're probably already anti-American enough as it is, so I go over there and prove them not wrong.
Can you have call-ins? Get the number of the studio and I'll call in.
So, oh my God, that would be amazing.
You will definitely have an F-bomb.
All right, Mia's fans are calling in. And, I think I am going to, so I took this with me, by the way. I had this laminated. I am going to take this with me.
Yay, wine.
Right? I haven't used this in a while, but I had it laminated and literally brought it with me to Italy and carried this around for 3 weeks. So, you know, what better place, but this is going with me.
Is there a lot of wine produced in the Maritimes?
I believe that there is. And I think there is some really cool winery that I'm supposed to get in touch with and, you know, go over there and booze it up. So
I would think it would be too cold up there to grow the grapes. And
it's very, very nice right now. Like, you know, 70s during the day, kind of 70s, 80s kind of thing. See? That's Fahrenheit, by the way.
Yeah, we do Fahrenheit in the UK.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, we do.
We have to.
We do.
Now, so you're not, but you are a metric system though, right?
No.
Oh?
No, we've got feet and inches.
Oh,
we've
wow.
got miles.
Sorry.
They just can't figure out how to do their money right. And they certainly haven't figured out which side of the road they're supposed to be on. So.
Oh, right? I know. That is
on the left.
That whole other side of the road thing. I don't want to say wrong side of the road because that makes people angry.
It so does. Yeah.
It is the wrong side of the road.
No, it's not.
There's the right side of the road. And then if it's not the right side,
no, it's left.
It's wrong.
You're such a curmudgeon. David is my favorite curmudgeon.
I'm a curmudgeon.
Yeah, it's a beautiful word, that. Beautiful word.
I had to go look it up. I'm not that smart, so.
You're over here Googling. Is that with a C or a K?
Is that KH?
Oh, Neil here. Hey, Neil, where are you at, by the way, to end the sentence in a preposition?
Lots of vineyards in Nova Scotia. See, I wouldn't have thought that. But then again, you really wouldn't think there'd be a lot of vineyards in North Carolina either. But there are.
Right?
Or in England.
Or in England.
Right?
Well, no. After watching lots of John Upton's live videos of the shantytown gardens that you guys have, I saw lots of people growing grapes.
Shantytown wine, because I should drink that.
Shantytown.
It's a new brand. It's like $2 Chuck, but it's called Shantytown.
Mia, you and Jen Nelson should get together and collaborate.
You think? My favorite blonde, my wine otter. We hold hands together and drink wine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you can come over to Virginia. You'd be closer to me, and then we could all meet up together.
And aren't there a bunch of vineyards in Virginia as well?
I believe so.
Our girl. Anybody who's gorgeous blonde holding a giant sign that says wine. Come on. How can you not love that? Right? I'm just saying. How far are you from Jen, by the way? Not to be ignorant about the map.
Oh, Jen's up around DC, right?
I think
So
so.
she's like 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Not long. Depends. You know what? Depends on the freaking traffic going between Richmond and wherever she's at.
Mm-hmm. Which is horrific, by the way.
Yeah, which sucks. So.
I have to say, Denver sucks, a big one, but that area of the country, my goodness. Lord.
Oh, yeah. It's terrible.
It's the worst. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so is
Worst
this the last
bad what?
Is this the last day of 31 days of live streaming? Is this it?
Well, so after about a week and a half to 2 weeks in, I changed the rules because there were a bunch of people that kept coming to me and saying, well, I would have, I missed the start or they messaged before and they were like, well, gee, I'll be on vacation now. I was like, you can start whenever you want to. 31 days is 31 days. So this is the official, I have to let Jonathan off the hook, he thinks.
Party flu.
Yeah.
Right.
So the original challenge that I presented to Jonathan.
There's people like Neil over here who's not even starting until tomorrow.
There you go.
Right. And
there you go. And then there's going to be announcements that come out over the next week, and there's going to be something special starting up in September, and so yeah.
I thought about it because then I was trying to do my 5 minutes in the box on Fridays, but then it just turned out there's something cool going on every Friday. Like, did you know I went to Wendy's and ate salad at 8 o'clock in the morning?
I did. I saw that.
I got paid to eat salad, dude.
What the hell? I know, right? From Wendy's.
And I actually tried. Yeah, they were really good. Wendy's, by the way, Stephen, is a fast food place here.
Hamburgers, yeah.
Yes, been around a while. But they were trying to change their look of being fast food, now called quick service restaurants. Did you know that, David?
Yes. Do you know, Mia, what is considered the healthiest fast food quick service restaurant out there?
Dang.
In America?
Now, is it regional or is it state?
Oh, it's nationwide.
Nationwide. Please don't say McDonald's.
No.
Because they're evil. What is? Tell me.
Well, you'd have to make a run for the border.
Oh, Taco Bell?
Absolutely. Do you realize they have a nutritionist and a dietitian employed?
I don't believe you.
What?
I don't believe you. I can't.
Absolutely. They have the reduction that they've done over the years in salt and fat and all these different things, and the wide variety of options that they offer on their menus.
I can't.
Taco Bell.
You know what? Fast food nutrition. Okay. I got to look at healthiest foods to order at Taco Bell. Oh, there is somebody that's tweeted or blogged about that. Wow. You got me on that one. In a million years.
I was the exact same way. I'm like, I know that there's a taco salad, but it's certainly not healthy.
And I will say neither is Wendy's taco salad, but it is so friggin' good. It's just basically like iceberg lettuce with a bunch of chili dumped on it.
Yeah, see, their taco salad's not really a taco salad because they just took their chili and they took lettuce and they didn't have any hamburgers or buns and they were like, taco salad. Somebody dropped a bag of Tostitos in there and that was it.
It kind of is. I like Neil's comment, followed by Los Pollos Hermanos, which I believe is Chicken Brothers.
Chicken Brothers.
Chicken Brothers.
But that's not a national chain. That's regional.
No. We have Good Times here in Colorado, which they use Redbird chicken, so that's very, very good. And then they use organically sourced beef. Pretty cool. And so does that. What's the Mexican place that got? Oh, Chipotle. Boy, did they get sandbagged by somebody. I'm not sure who.
Chipotle.
Breaking Bad. Anyway, so. Oh, Breaking Bad. That's what it's from.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. All right, boys, listen. I got to take my geriatric beagle out. So I just wanted to see how this looks on camera. I think it looks fun.
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
So, it's really cool, though. So seriously, this is like the office now, and we decided to move in closer to Denver. But look what we also have. Get ready for it, okay? We have a pinball machine, and we have a garage door.
There you go. That is awesome.
It's actually, it's like a loft. It's like a whole downtown loft. But it literally is, I mean, if the zombie apocalypse does break out, I'm just saying.
You got it covered.
Short windows with wires on them, and then all concrete. So any kind of drive-by.
That's to keep you in.
Probably. I think you're right.
I bet if you look, the locks are on the outside.
Oh, this is probably like that moment in Twilight Zone when they're like, it's to keep you in.
Yeah.
Right.
Get out. Too bad we can't stay, baby.
Too bad we can't stay, baby. Nobody ever knows
that is too funny that Mia knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You go, white people, they call him more white people.
I've seen the way this movie ends.
That, by the way, is some old school Eddie Murphy's.
That is super old school.
Tried to find her. We changed the channel. She's only 4 years old. We can't miss her that much. Sorry.
My shoe.
My shoe. I'm Bunny's coming to get me. You guys look up.
Mustache.
Ice Cream Man is coming.
Oh yeah.
Is that Delirious? The Eddie Murphy Delirious?
Yeah, that was Delirious.
Yes, incredibly politically incorrect now that you listen to it, but my God, it was funny. Sorry, look at Steven doesn't know what to do with us. He's just...
I'm just watching in awe as you reminisce over...
Oh, you know who Eddie Murphy is, though, right?
No. Who is
Oh,
he?
stop it. He's a
okay. Yeah, I know who he is.
He probably doesn't know who Charlie Murphy is. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Yeah. You know Charlie Murphy, right, David?
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Murphy was on Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, yep.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you go because, I have to GSD, get stuff done.
Okay.
And that's the geriatric beagle.
That was the, look, seriously. She's sitting over by the vacuum cleaners giving me the stink eye. You see this?
Yeah, she wants to go out.
By the door.
Mia, a pleasure to meet. Have a great time in
I've never met you, on
did I break your cherry with Mia? Oh my God.
Yep, that just happened.
Live on air. Where else could it happen? Right, okay.
For realsies. Bye, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Right. Bye for now.
Bye.
Right, and then it's just me and you. So, as this is the last show with no cliffhanger. Neil, I'd like to say thank you for everything that you've been saying. And I'm just trying to keep up.
Over here. No, I said GSB. GSD.
GSD.
Did I say? I don't even remember what I said now. I don't know. I'll take his word on it because I probably did say it and I don't realize I said it.
It's possible. It's possible.
I will say for the people down in Tampa who are bracing for hurricane, tropical storm, something coming in, be safe. Don't live stream it. Or but do it from a safe place, which probably wouldn't be able to live stream it anyway.
Stay safe. So, to make a change to our recent closers, David and I would just like to wish you all a wonderful summer, and we'll see you again in September.
We will. And by the way, catch us next week if you want to learn more about live video, because we'll be here. Wink, wink, non-dodge.
We won't be here.
We won't be here.
I don't think so.
August is done. August, we're off, and Steven's going to go drink some horse beer from Belgium, and he's going to live stream the whole thing.
I'm not live streaming at all from Germany.
He's not live streaming at all. You won't see anything from Germany. They're a communist country, and they're blockading everything.
You're going back
going
a
to
few
China.
years. No. They are upholders of the democratic principles that we all live by.
They are.
When we're fortunate.
They are.
So, to everybody who's watched, thank you. And we look forward to seeing you again in September. But for now,
Bye-bye.
And to everybody who joined us at the end, thank you. We'll see you in September.
All right.